Hello everyone. So if you remember last year I did a video called I Got a Midori. I was so excited. And I'm still excited. It's a year later. I use my Midori every day. And I wanted to do a flip of one of my used books. I don't have book one because when I finished it, it just coincided with the time that I was storing a bunch of used journals away, and it got thrown into the box of finished journals, so I can't show you that one, but I can show you book 2 and try to show you all the ones after book 2. I'm on book 3 right now. So here's book 2. It's from January to April, and this one was from Hobby Lobby. I forget the name of their packs, that they come in 3 packs, and it comes with a line journal, the calendar journal, and then the blank one. And this is the blank one. But now when I get to my book 3 that I'm on right now, I made the insert myself because these get there's too much paper in them and they get so full, and I carry mine with me, so yeah. It's a little bit heavy. But yep, here we go. I'll show you as fast as I can. I only have like 16 minutes on my phone to try to get through this. So this is just me trying to decorate the inside cover with some little scraps that I had laying around in a box. Just a little picture I drew. I had these stickers of these leaves, and you color them in yourself. So I just stuck them to this page where I drew a tree. And my daughter was over that day, and we were chitting and chatting, and we were like just 2 little birds, chirp, chirp, chirp. So I drew that. I don't know why there's a bunny floating in the air. But see, that's the thing. This isn't a art journal per se, where I'm, really doing layouts and beautiful pages. This is just my Midori, and I can put anything I want in here, and I love the freedom of that. I love the size. I love the easy to store ability of them. I've had a lot of journal piece once I moved into the Midori. In fact, I want to get the smaller one to carry in my bag. Like, this is a little bit much to carry in my bag. This would be good for at home, and then get the passport size for my bag. Okay, so I went on a trip to Cleveland at the end of December, and a lot of the things that are in here, that was our hotel. A lot of the things are in here just free things. Like when you go somewhere, I don't buy any souvenirs anymore when I go anywhere pretty much. I did buy a shirt for someone when I was in Cleveland, but for the most part, like, I don't need any little things that you can get on vacation, like little keychains or whatever. The shirts, I never liked the shirts you can buy on vacation. They just seem to be, the quality of the cotton is never what I like. So whenever I go on vacation, I take a lot of pictures. I try to get a lot of the stuff that is there. Like these were handouts like that came in the library and places that we were at, and then I just use those in my art, and that makes me happier. I mean, to each his own, but that's what I do. So anyways, here's something that was in the restaurant that we ate at that I grabbed, and it was really a great restaurant. So I just made like a flippy with the book. I had to cover my friends' photos because, you can't be showing pictures of people on the internet without asking them. This was like where our keys, the thing your room keys go in, so I kept that and put some of my receipts in there. I stamped good times on there to remember. This is where somebody was giving us directions to some place. So yeah, that was just a good memory. This is like stickers I found. I felt like we were walking, and we saw the largest chess library in the world, which was cool. It was a lot of chess boards. I love chess. Then we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so that's all in here. I do have a contact sheet, or I mean a 4x4 picture of a bunch of the things from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I forgot to put it in here. And then we went to the exhibit was at the arcade in the old Hyatt. So I had to cover some my friend's photos there, but these are some photos that I took of the Superman exhibit. It was huge. I mean, it really was. It was, you know, I mean, it's just one of those things you're glad when you're glad you did it. It's not something that you would set out to do, like, oh, I'm going to go to the Superman exhibit. Woohoo. But after you do it, you're like, I'm really glad I saw that. That was kind of cool. So then it turned 2018, so here's just a little bit of some things that we were doing, running around, we were doing that day. I think this is kind of like a knockoff Project Life cards. I've got a few of these. I bought a stack of these at, I believe it was Myers. Yeah, because this came in there too. Or no, this might have been something from Smashbook, I think. My daughter got me something like a little packet with all kinds of Smashbook stuff in there. My dog. This is like a chipboard thing I've had for years. I like to just get rid of my stash at some point, you know what I mean? Like go through it and stop hoarding and just use it. These here were called Conversation to God cards. They were just like these little cards, and on the back was an inspirational saying. And I had lost some over the years, and there was just, you know, a few left over, and I was like, well, this would be something cool to use in a book to make a flippy with. And I just covered this with something that my daughter made in high school. She had a whole bunch of these where they sanded, you put layers of construction paper on top of each other, and then they sanded it off to see each layer. It feels really cool. But anyway. Dave Matthews. I must have been listening to Dave Matthews that day, because under this is all lyrics to some Dave Matthews music. This here was a stamp you could get at Dollar Tree. Had them. There was like 7 in the set. I think I got 5 of them, but they're so cool. They're big, and you can stamp it on paper and then color it in and however you want. So yeah, just my little grandson there. Vellum failure. Vellum does not want to stick. Some flippies. This is the layout about my mom. This was my mom when she first came into the family. My grandparents and my uncle. Everyone in this layout except for my mom is gone now. So I must have been nostalgic that day. This was not anyone in my family. That was just like something you could get. Piece of ephemera. A poem I found about mothers, and this is my mom, an actual copy of a picture of her, and this is her now with my grandson. This is like probably one of my favorite, and I have done it in the next book too. We call it the Laundrat. You know, it's from the Kids Down the Hall. The Laundrat, I think that's the show it's from, but it's the laundromat. We go there and we dread it, but I sketch people when I'm there, and then I make them into like cartoons. This one here I did without lifting my pen, except for when I got to, of course, to her hair and stuff. But yeah, just this is a scrap monster. I got the idea from Courtney from Little Raven Ink. She says use your scraps up to make these little monsters, and that's what I did. My son. And then I sketched my son. Just a couple second long sketch, you know. February, Groundhog's Day was a failure. He was a butthead. That's me. It was the anniversary, the tricentennial anniversary of Mardi Gras. This page, I put a stencil in the background. And then this is a photograph that I took, and I adhered it to the page on 3 sides to make a pocket. Used some stamps, a sticker, and then I took another photograph that I took and stuck it to the back of this clothes tag. I think it was a clothes tag. Or it might have been an art supply tag. So it's got a cut out right there. And I made a bookmark. It's not being used as a bookmark, but I don't know. I like the effect that it had. Whoa. Sorry, guys. This daughter, she bought me one of those calendars for Christmas that you can color each page. So you'll see a lot of those throughout my book. But that's us goofing off. And another page from that. Sometimes I write on them. Well, here she wrote me a message. Another times I just cut, you could just cut this bottom part off and use the image. You don't even have to color them in if you don't want to. I think the graphic still looks cool on them. And that's like, she got it from Five Below, so that's 365 images for $5. 4th of July, we got heart-shaped pizza. And these were some... I bought everyone in my family. I gave everyone in my family a Valentine's. I know they thought I was crazy. Walked up to my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, and gave them each Valentine. Some stickers my daughter bought me for Valentine's Day. Because she knows she has to. She feels like she has to feed my need for stationery. Some fortunes and an old photo. This was my grandsons. Both my grandsons are born 2 days apart in March. So, yeah, March is their month. And so this was their party that we had. Then we had the first day of spring. And let me just say, we did not really have a spring. This is Ohio. You have winter, 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 and Miami. That's basically the seasons. So, here's them. He got his first haircut, the baby. More stencils and little stickers. I drew this little person, and I didn't like the way the other eye came out, so I just cut it off and used one eye. That's the great thing about Midori, is you can use very small images and everything is going to come together. The full blue moon. This is a stamp. It's a photograph I took of it. Here's a tea bag, and I just cut the top off of it and made a little thing to go in there. There's another photo of it. These here, you'll see a lot of these like graphic pages. A friend gave me a book. It's like a book of it's like a whole book of uplifting, inspirational type things. And as soon as I got it, I was like thinking, oh my gosh, this would be perfect for art journaling. So I asked her, would you get upset if I tore the book apart and used all the pages? She's like, it's your book, do what you want with it. So sometimes I just stamp and then put a little bit of Tim Holtz stains on there and just write, because I got something to say. Here was Easter. This was Easter morning. I was talking about Easter Sunday, what I was doing. And then it turned into April. And just some photograph of my daughter. Another picture from that book that my friend gave me. This is a photograph I took of a pond by my house. And this is a copy of a photograph of me when I was a baby. And I found this poem called The Thugs. It says, the years don't serve their time, they're runaways. They bump each other off, sun up, sun down. Time, master mugger, snatched this century out of my hands and fled. When you start getting a little bit older, time is a different sort of thing. I even use my book to sometimes make to-do lists, and I'm not going to worry about covering that up because it's part of my life, and someday when I look back on these, it's going to amuse me or entertain me that I put that in there. And I want the book to kind of be not just pretty but functional, so you'll see a lot of weird stuff thrown in here. Here's this whole picture with this, the boat and the water and the sky was one photograph and found in a magazine. And then I put the bird on here in that. And I like this because it feeds my need to art journal, but without taking so much time as my bigger art journals take. So that's why I'm so like really into it. Plus the storage ability of Midori is so much easier than the giant books I have kept over the years. Here's Easter. It's just an image out of a magazine. I cut the cardboard thing off of the dye package, the dyeing of the eggs. I also dyed a doily with some Tim Holtz stain, and I wrote about Easter, how much fun we had, and there was a lot of photographs, so yeah, tons of them. And I have stickers there, and I have to kind of go fast because my phone's going to turn off, but you guys could like pause if there's something you wanted to look at longer. Yeah, this is still supposed to be spring, and it was so cold for so long. Some of the things in the world that keep me zen, you know, writing, journaling, music, tea. My grandson, he got his first haircut. That was before. Whoops. Come on. Oh, I don't want to waste a bunch of time trying to focus, but before and after, so cute. Another one of those books from that, pages from that book that my friend gave me. Say yes to everything. This was right when the X-Files ended, and Gillian Anderson, she auctioned off her cross necklace that she always wore to donate the money to charity, because she says, you know, no more will she ever do any more X-Files things. So it's over, guys. So depressing. This is a sketch I drew. It's just talking about some adventure we had eating out. I have to hurry because my phone's going to turn off. If this turns off, guys, I'm so sorry. Oh wait, I have